got here. Couple minutes. There we go. Go time.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. My volume must be down.
Yeah, not too bad.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's real low. I think it's me.
I can scream. You want me to scream?
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot. No.
Yeah, I did something now.
We can't leave you alone for a minute. This is going to be too.
My kids were using my
right.
iPad. My grandkids.
Damn it.
How was your trip?
Good. I was spectacular.
Great.
No, we had some good times. We'd, just
Looked
like this.
Good people there.
There are some real good people. Yeah, most of them though were all pastel people. I had like 5 pastel people, and 2 of them wanted to learn oils. So,
Wow.
translate their stuff into oils. So it took that's always a little bit of a take some time. To, work them through it. I mean, they were good, but it always is. They've got to grasp a whole different concept.
Oh, yeah.
Mixing your own colors and stuff. So that took a little bit, but otherwise, I mean, they were really good. That's the thing; they were really good, and they could draw. So it was, it was real pleasant. I mean, I like, they were really nice people. So,
It looked like a really nice studio.
It is. It's like the top of a building. It's one of those things. It's
Frozen?
like a
What happened?
co-op where a lot of there must be like 20
Somebody's
or so
frozen.
artists up there sharing the space, and they each have like a little office. So it was good. Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah.
And it's a decent art community. I ended up having to stay an extra day because they wanted me to judge their plein air tournament. They had the date on Saturday, so I got to get paid again and stay the night and
It's just awful for
Was it really good accommodations?
No, I stay at just a regular hotel. I don't go for the fancy schmancy stuff because I don't charge enough to make it worth it. I can never get that money back. So
Yeah.
And you're not there all the time anyway, so
yeah, that's the thing is I just put my head down and sleep usually, or watch TV for an hour or so before I go to sleep. That's it. You don't play around too much. So, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's nothing like the one we're going to do, in France. I mean, France, they take care of you and you just stay up all night and just drink wine and run around and, play.
Eat well and see all kinds of fights and all that stuff. Yeah, that sounds great. So who are you doing that with? Are you doing it by yourself or are you doing it with somebody else? I forgot. I know I've looked at it.
Yeah. Well, we do it with this group out of St. Puy, and they pretty much handle everything. They have the chateau they have, and they just drive us around, feed us, put all our stuff up. We don't have to do too much.
Nice.
And they have good food. They make great food. So, it's a nice trip.
Yeah, French.
Yeah, that was Jack's highlight was being at the chateau. He liked that better than Paris or all the other places we went.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guitar player. He had fun. We had fun listening to him.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't even painting and he was having a good time.
I tell you, he can do it. He can do it. but yeah, we'll be back there, and it's end of the month here, so that should be fun. I do have one opening. Anne Marie had to quit, stop, so I do have one opening. So, then you guys want to go? Let me know. Let's see. Tonight, speaking of our trip in France, I was forced to paint this one. This is one we're going to paint today. Wait. Let's talk about last week's. I can't even believe it was last week. It feels like forever. We painted this one. Remember this one, the bird one with the waterfall, what blue waterfalls and the bird and the gold water and stuff. Yeah, we shouldn't be even looking at mine. We should be looking at Kathleen's. Kathleen's the one who kicked the butt snot out of this painting. She did a great
I
job.
just lucked out.
Yeah, lucked out, but you're done. Leave it alone. Don't even think about it anymore.
Beautiful.
No, I haven't touched it.
Yeah, well,
Since I
don't.
touched it once, but now I've left
I
it alone.
touched it once. I touched it twice. I touched it. You keep touching, and all of a sudden it
That
Yeah,
sounds
no.
whoosh.
wrong. Wasn't there a song like that? I touched it once. I don't know.
Yes. I think there is a song. There is a song. If not, I'll make it up. Right? You guys want to hear me sing? I'm sure. But yeah, that one turned out pretty good. I didn't even work on it all, because I had to run right away. I was packing afterwards. So, but this one, yeah, this is from France. Again, this is in fact almost in her yard, the chateau's yard. This is right in my wife was painting this the first day. And she was having problems with it since she doesn't really paint oil. She does watercolors. But she was painting in oils that day. And she's been throwing a fit about it, that she wants me to paint it and show her how I'd handle things, how I'd handle that roof, how I'd handle the bricks, and then all this other stuff. How do you do that in oil? She can't remember. So I said, okay, finally, I'll do it. Fine. It's on my list of things to do. So I will paint it. So sorry, guys. You guys, we're going to have to make a nice piece of art out of it. We'll see what we can do. All right. So let me pull it up.
We can blame
here.
Becky if it doesn't turn out, right?
You see, that's the thing is you got to have something to blame. It's not your fault. It's a bad shot, bad lighting. Who knows? You don't want, as an artist, you don't want that in your head. Okay. So yeah, this roof over here, she was having problems with trying to figure out how much to do on that. And then these bricks, these little bricks here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. And there's a lot of cacti here and leaves and stuff in here too. And then the palm tree, kind of wild. A lot of texture, right? Even this wall back in here was a lot to look at. But then you have this ground back in here. This is right after sunflower season, so everything got cut down like a week or so before we got there. So this year we'll be seeing a lot more of that, more yellow up there, a lot more yellow. So it's going to be. So this is it. This is what we're going to be doing. How we painted a roof like this before, so it's not too hard. You kind of forget about the lines here. We don't worry about lines in this thing. This stuff, we don't worry about that. We're going to paint the shape. You paint the shape, you paint some textures, then you come back in and you put in the darks, a couple lines going over it, hump, bump, 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 okay? Just a few of them, don't do all of them. Just think about some of the shadows coming down through here. And that's all you have to do on that. It shouldn't be any big thing. This area here is almost exact sort of same thing. You tone it down, then you tone it down again, and then you start putting in a few drops, few bricks, few things like that, and that's about it. That's all you do, and that's the exact same thing here too. So you might have to put them in a little bit more of an order in blocks, but that's all that is. Nothing too crazy. Everything else is pretty much a landscape, tough, simple landscape. A lot of greens, a lot of really kind of bright colors. These guys are way up there. These are like number twos easy. I mean, some of these whites on these cactuses are interesting too, and those guys are way up there. So and then I'm not sure what else to say. It doesn't seem like too hard to me. There are quite a few temperature changes in greens. I mean, yeah, you got some cool ones, and then you got some warmer ones, and then you got some really bright greens, then you got some yellow greens, and then you got just not even green, but it's so toned down. It's taupey color. It probably would have low green in it. It can be a lot of green in everything, even these reds here. We're probably going to have to tone those guys down with a little greenish colors. So phthalo green, guys. Phthalo green. What's new, right? Phthalo green. We do, this should be fun here. I think this is going to be fun, this wall back here, because it has a little purple in it. And that would be a nice, really great color to put against green. To think of that as a slight purple. So that alizarin and phthalo green, purple, grayed out purple, and some going to a little bit warmer section over there, but making sure that cool areas right behind these cacti will be really pretty. I think it'll really make those guys jump. Little things I'm going to end up pushing in the painting are probably like these flowers that are coming from a few of the cacti that you can push the pinks in them a little bit. You can probably add a few on some dead areas, would be nice. And then the palm tree itself, I'm not too worried about, any of this stuff. That's all scratches, indications, trying not to paint every one of those pieces of leaf. So we'll see what we can do there. These guys back here, I want to keep pretty simple too. So there is a lot going on. So, you do have this area, you have a lot going on in here, and a lot going on here, and a lot going on here, and a lot going on in there. So keeping areas that you can keep quiet will help, make sense of this scene a lot easier. And it won't be too busy that you walk away from it. I think even this area down in here, that's a kind of a pain, but so we're going to try and keep it simple. We're not going to try and paint every one of those doggone leaves in there, those bright green, yellow green leaves down there. We're going to try and just, smush them all together. That's what we're going to do. We're going to smush them. We're going to smush them there. We're going to smush them here. We're going to smush this whole thing together. There we go. A lot of smushing.
Question.
Question. Yes,
What-
ma'am.
What draws you to this picture?
What pulls you in?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you do have this coming in, this light shaft here coming in and keeping you in there. And then you do have these cacti in here jumping out at you. Yeah, the focus is a good point, though. I mean, to figure out the focus on this thing, we can get in there, but we know we want to keep them in here. I think, the roof is definitely too much. It's going to be too much to look at. and it's not going to be that interesting, even if we paint just perfectly paint it. It's still going to be way too much. The rocks are about the same thing. You paint those rocks just perfectly like they are and stuff. It's still not, it's just rocks. It's broken up rocks. And the same with the walls. The wall's more interesting back in here because it's subtler. So that leaves us with these guys. So that's what I'm thinking. If I'm going to make anything bigger, anything grander in this painting, it would be probably making something more out of these prickly pears.
Yeah.
Okay, prickly pears type things. So I would say, getting rid of some of this foreground leaves and maybe even making this section here just a little bit bigger, blowing it out a little bit, bringing it down. Just have a little bit of those grasses in there would be fine too. That would simplify it and probably clean it up. I mean, you could even make them bigger and take them into here, have big old prickly pears. Take them up into that size. That'd be fine. Not quite that big, but you know what I mean. Just bring them up a little bit and bring them down a little bit. Filling that space would be nice. I think and like I was saying about trying to get rid of some of that yellow green in there, get rid of some of it, but you do need the other part of it to cool off and bring out the cooler greens in the prickly pears. So that's something. If you wanted to even, tighten this sucker up, you could do that. You don't have to paint all this roof. 3 of these things is plenty, to do. So think about that. You could do that. It's a little bit better crop. And you do that, then the pears would make themselves bigger by themselves.
Okay. We could add some prickly pear flowers.
Yeah, it's a lot more flowers. There's some here. Definitely, definitely, I would say, you can make those bigger. You can make a few on there, and you could go crazy. I could use some pink. Definitely could use some pink in here. Bring some pink all the way around. Use that to drive the eye. That could work too, because it's got beautiful greens. Okay. I think that's about it on this one. That's about it. We'll see what we can do. All right. So any other questions? All right.
When those things are first out, they're redder than what they look in this picture.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
This is backlit, so the color's not quite there. Those might even be slightly older ones.
They're older.
Popping out. Yeah.
Oh.
So, or they just haven't fully popped out. So we can always make them more, bring that up. What's that?
Make them youthful, make them younger. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. And we can, you can dress it up with some other flowers and do some other things too. You don't have to stick with this arrangement quite as much as it is there. If you want to bring in a different type of flower too, yellow flowers or something else instead of those green, all those green leaves in there, kind of, if you want to do something else. This is, kind of the back of the property. So it's like not really seen too much, this one little section here. So, but okay. Any other questions?
What size canvas are you using?
I am just doing another 16 by 12 by 16-ish, smallish thing. I think I could. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm thinking again, if I do anything too big, I'm going to try and probably do too much work on these little dead areas and stuff. I think I'll just start to look at this stuff to give myself, the brush would be just too perfect of a size to do all that stuff. I'd rather have a brush that's too big for the job, and then I can't get caught up in the details as much. I can suggest a lot of things, nice suggestions or indications are much more more what you want to do than really final little touches and stuff. I don't mind doing the lines. I have fun doing lines like this. I think those are kind of fun, but if I start putting in every little detail like that, yeah, I'll figure out. Maybe there'll be definitely some nice dry brush opportunities to create a lot of this stuff. And a lot of going to be some nice knife work that we're going to need to do and stuff. So that's why I think sometimes in smaller paintings, the knife work stands out so much better. It doesn't get quite as lost. Sometimes just jumps a little bit, especially when you start looking at areas like these prickly pears and stuff back in here. When you could do the highlight in knife, you could do the flowers in knife, and those are going to jump, and then pulling out the highlights in some of these guys. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun up here. Look at all that stuff. Nice pickle, nice stuff. And then there's a little tree growing in there. A lot of things are feels like they're about the same color, so it does look busy. And a lot about it, the leaf size and the brick size back there, very much the same size. So keeping that in mind when you do these little bricks back in here, keep them a little darker. Don't do them too bright, because then all of a sudden they're going to be fighting with these little leaves that will help create distance, will help you really keep the perspective going in this thing, push that wall back there a little bit. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, we good?
Yep.
All right, folks. Here we go. Over to the palette. See, I've gone for a whole week. I can't forget what everything is.
You had fun?
I had fun. Yes, I was treated very nice. Went out to eat a lot afterwards and stuff. So, a lot of talking, a lot of, things, a lot of, just, it was fun. And it was a lot of fun. All right. Good palette again. All right. So we're going to start off with titanium white, cad yellow light. I got cad red light here too. This ear back over here is pretty dried up, but you might be able to use it because we're doing a lot of greens. If you have one, I can show you how to make it too. This is cad yellow deep, left over from something. This is just cad yellow. Oh, I don't have any yellow ochre out. That would have been good. And my oxide red, I got to put some of that out. Shoot, dried up. It looked like it was going to be good, so I left it. Alizarin crimson or rose madder deep. Cobalt blue hue by Utrecht. Phthalo green and transparent oxide red. Let's see if I have any of that. Oh, that's not. It says transparent yellow ochre iron oxide. Wow. I can get all these colors. I don't know what the heck they are. Let's go with that. And let's see. need the cad red. I need that. I got Terra Rosa, same thing. Okay. Venetian, Terra Rosa, something like that here, or oxide red light. Be good. Would be good. Okay. And then just, you're going to need some synthetics. And you're going to need some nice bristle brushes. Bristle brushes will really be nice to get some of those textures. Big brush for everything else. Yeah, this is kind of dead compared to what's on the screen, so we're going to be pushing colors quite a lot. So, if you need to say anything, just you have to unmute yourself. Okay, so look at the warms again. Some of these darker areas down in here, and some of the wall, and some of these other areas. So I'm going to start off with again, phthalo green, a couple of phthalo green mixes. Alizarin, because I wanted that, like I said before, I want that purple. So one is phthalo green on the red side with alizarin. That's still not on the red side. This one also makes a great green. So now it's right there. Now it's about even mix. This one on the phthalo green side, boy. Probably don't need that much. I'm going to save it over here. I didn't put any color in it yet, so I can put it over there. That's just a big funky color amount. Put a little bit more red into that. Okay, there we go. That's on the green side. That's going to be on the red side. Definitely going to need some other greens and stuff going in here. Oxide, we have transparent oxide, or burnt sienna and phthalo green. Those will make some really nice dark greens. And probably can be used in this foreground, which would be nice. These greens over here will be cool greens. So I need a few warm greens too, like this. And that's going to be not much change. Just I'm going to save some of this. I need to get more transparent in there because it's just not too strong. Feels too strong. It's just taking the color right away from it. Okay, so there's a couple more other greens we're going to keep going. And those would be Terra Rosa, or I have Terra Rosa out today because I couldn't find my oxide. It's in my bag, and I haven't really unpacked my bag of colors. I just used what I left here, so kind of forgot. Last minute, I didn't want to start digging through it. So this is Terra Rosa.
Is that going to
Yes.
be? I mean, all I have is oxide. I mean, not all I have is Venetian.
Venetian, same thing.
Okay, all right.
Venetian, not the same, but pretty close. Yeah, same vein. It will do pretty much all the same work. Good one. Good call. Okay, so those are pretty much that. There are some really interesting colors in this roof again. So I'm going to do a few other colors of blue. And as long as I keep them about the same value, I should be able to interchange a blue and Terra Rosa like this with a green Terra Rosa and stuff. I think when these guys hit with white, when we add white to these colors, we should get all this stuff. This one I think is really going to be important. So if you have one
What-
really on the blue
One?
side and just a little bit of red, yes,
Sorry, that's blue and some kind of red.
Terra Rosa, but it's oxide red light would be
And-
great. Or or Venetian. It's a warm, kind of a warmer mid-grade red. So that's pretty much all the darks for the painting. Pretty much all the mid-tones going to come out of that too. We're going to need some warmer things coming out of this. But let's do a couple more colors. Interesting colors now. Let's do, instead of doing green, let's do orange. I mean, orange and blue together to make it green. That's way too much orange. I'm looking for something interesting. For this kind of stuff, some of this grass thing. That would be even on the blue, was supposed to be on the blue side. Here it comes. This is supposed to be on the blue side. Okay, this is the blue side. That is the green side. Orange side. So that color is going to be in here a lot when it gets toned down. It's kind of my ochre color too. So I'll be able to use, if I need ochre and stuff, I'll come back to this color. Since I couldn't find my ochre right away. Okay. Let's see. I am going to need a sky. So I'm going through the last few colors I'm really going to need. And that's just going to be blue and phthalo green. And now I'm going to take these guys and split them all. Split these piles in half half. And I'm going to add white to them. White to them probably to it's pretty bright, high key. So the mid-tone really runs right around 7 or 7-ish. Stay 7, I think, because I still want to have it nice and bright. And I do need some contrast, or else I would probably could go with the 6. But there's some nice areas I'd like to keep. So I want to let's do that. See what comes out of these colors. Hopefully, I'll probably get a lot of roof colors out of these guys. So. Just enough white to make them 2 a 7. Yeah, that green's really pretty strong on that red. Pretty much there. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more red to these colors. This one, boy, I had too much white. Kind of knocked it right out of the tone, but I do need red. Add some alizarin back into here, or rose madder here. Trying to get that color, some color in it. There you go. Some purple start to show up. This green here is just a little bit too green, so I'm gonna kind of use both these guys and tone each other down a little bit. I think the purples went a little high, and I think the green went a little bit too much. There we go. See, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. But it's almost too Not gonna work. Okay. Too bright. All right. Same with these other browns. Let's see what happens. Those are at sixes, probably. Those look a little too bright. This is closer. I'm gonna leave them a little darker now because you can tell those ones are a little bit too bright. Ooh. Oh, that one went right past. That transparent oxide is pretty weak. Such a weak color. Even the white just knocked it out. Way out of position. But we'll use it there. That's gonna be nice. That'll work. That definitely is gonna work in there. I think this color can work a lot of places, in fact. Ooh, let me quit that right now. Phthalo green and Terra Rosa. Green on the Terra Rosa side. There we go. That's gonna fit in there pretty doggone nice. This is blue with Terra Rosa. This is where I thought it'd be just a little cleaner and the cooler. Looks like it went a little purple-y. Yeah. Okay. No. A little too purple, maybe not. We'll see. This is on the blue side. That can be in there. So these colors all mix together a little bit. Pieces should, in that section, should go well. Into the wall, we'll do a little bit work too. Okay. These guys are pretty much already at their home value back in here, are pretty much already at a 5 or at a 6, 7 maybe. So when we add a little bit of white to it, these guys we're gonna go for probably more 4s at this point. 5 right there. I want to be able to see a good step between this home pile and the secondary pile here. That you can see a good step of lightness to it. So you're not doing feel like you're doing the same color. Okay, there we go. That's a good color. Cat orange and blue. That'll make some nice colors. Let's try it in green too. We're gonna try green real quick too. Okay, blue and white and phthalo green. They could definitely going to be a lot into your sky here. Looks like I'm just on the warm side of it. I'm going to push a little blue into this side of it. Take it, add white to it. There we go. Tell right away. Just cooled off immediately. That's perfect. That will work. Value wise, it is at probably right at 5, 6 ish. This one's just too dark. I don't think I can use it too many places. But if I put yellow into it, I bet you I can use it all over the place. So definitely hold on to that one for a second. All right, so we have pretty much a lot of mid-tones for the paintings. We started brightening them up. But we don't have anything that's just, intense yet. And that's because all these colors need to have a touch of yellow in them. So I'm going to take all the colors down here, piece of these colors, instead of adding white anymore, right, to all of them. I'm just going to be adding a little bit of cad yellow to them. And I'm just going to do them all. Bring them down that way. Even if I don't use it, at least I know I made it. It'd be nice to see the purples in there. I think these oranges should really pop. And it'll be interesting to see what happens when we do a little more regular blue sky and stuff in there. Let's do that first. So we're going to use yellow instead of white to light these things. And you start to get these cool greens. Mostly for this back tree here. Some trees and some things back in here. I thought it would be, really a star. Maybe I should push the yellow a lot more. Might have to grab more yellows if I did that. But I'll push this blue one. This is straight sky blue. It has some cad yellow into it. Still, it's getting there, but it's just a little raw looking, a little fluorescent-y sometimes. So just add just a little cad orange to it, just to get that over the hump over here a little bit, so it doesn't get to gray out that green just a hair more. Okay. There, that's much better. I can use that in here and add in here a lot. I mean, I really might even go pure yellow at one point. So these piles probably are going to be huge to do much. But these should get some nice green, blue greens. I was hoping to be able to get these guys out of that. But they didn't come out with the blue, the phthalo green side. They came a lot closer with the alizarin side. So I'm going to add just a little more alizarin to this color. And gray out the green with just the cool red in here. Just a little bit more. That did not cool it off. Yeah, that took it in a totally different direction, I thought. I think the yellow, I had too much yellow probably in it. But it can work in some of these other areas here. Let's see if we can get it to some other place. Phthalo green and oxide reds. Okay. Might have to mix this up again. This is on the oxide red side, just a little bit yellow. A lot in the, gonna be a lot of yard color, really. A lot of yellows to that. I don't see the color I'm looking for yet. Definitely yard. Definitely yard color. Grass color. Good, good, good. Okay. Oxide red. Boy, that oxide, that Terra Rosa red really took it in a different direction. You expected that to be cooled off a little differently. And this is on the blue side. This is what I was hoping Last Resort was gonna get in here. Oh, I has to push it way on the blue side, I think. Yeah, way on the blue side, I got a little white to it. Just kept going, just, you know, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna make that our color for a lot of these guys. Really, we thought it was gonna come from this one, but I think I put in this too much yellow in it. Let me try it one more time. Just putting in all this yellow into it. I'm gonna put a little white into it. And then just a touch of yellow. Yeah, I get some highlight colors out of that. Yeah, that was good. That was much. Okay, so I just over pushed the alizarin in that. I mean, the CAD into this alizarin and green mix. Just went too bulky on me. Okay, these guys here, just a touch of yellow in them. I'm not going to go all crazy. Yeah, just a little bit of white to these colors too. Just to brighten them up one more step. I think I'm gonna need kind of really a bright yellow white for these grasses here, or for back in there. It'll be just a nice color to bring in when I need it. This could play foreground. This color here, since it's just a little bit more on the blue side. I can play it there, but I was hoping I could probably play it back there a little bit better, but just too much white. Okay, there we go. I think I can do those. Oh, if we need clouds back there, definitely I'd go with a little pink, purple, and just a lot of white. It has a little bit too much yellow grabbed into it. So I'll steal this back in here and just add a little bit of white. Do it and see if I can get it in that area, just a little bit grayed out. And then use a little bit of these yellows here, a bunch of white for highlight areas in the clouds. Not too bright, touchy purple in there just to gray it out a little bit. It doesn't be too bright, but those colors I can get in here and be nice. Be nice colors to go together in there. All right. So I will go through these colors and try to kind of tell you where I think they're going to go. These two right here, I want to darken in too. I added too much, just way too much white to these colors right here because I'm thinking these are going to go on the wall. And this is first two colors here, phthalo green and alizarin. And what I'm doing here is just taking these guys up a little bit because of they just got too much white in them because I was thinking of taking everything to a 7, but I'm thinking I want to use it back in here and I don't want too much white into it. It's right now it had too much white in it. So it's more like an 8 than a 7. But these other ones, this is a phthalo green and oxide and transparent oxide red, so it's really a lot warmer. And so coming down with white, these are probably to about a 7 value. Over here we have, again, phthalo green and Terra Rosa or Venetian or oxide red light. Coming down here with white. These are going to be in the roof. This is blue and Terra Rosa. And that's going to be in the roof. These purples. These two colors here, they're going to be probably doing a lot of the line work of these guys' humps. A lot of these humps going across here, and they're going to be in the shadows. And then over here we have blue and orange together, and then we added some white. These guys are going to be in a lot of these buildings back here, this building area on this building here side, with a little bit of white and stuff. It's going to go in there. So some of these yellows are going to end up being there. They're also going to end up being in this, over here probably. But I took all those colors and brought them down here, and we added just cat yellow to each one of these colors all the way across. And you got a lot of nice mixes of greens and yellows. And what do we want? We have at least play with these to get some distance colors. It'd be nice to have. The sky just turned out to be just blue and just a little bit of phthalo green and white. Over here, I went over here and took a little bit of this oxide red light and blue mix here, and brought it over here, made white to make some clouds in here that would go with this. It might even go a little darker, who knows. If you add just a little sky to it, you can get a little bit darker cloud thing, so we have a nice measure. Nice transition. And over here, I just took a little bit of yellow and added white to it from the sky, and that'll be your highlights. And pretty much everything's going to come out of the top area here, or into these darks in here. All right. Any questions? That's the way I like it. All right. Put this back up. I'll turn it on for you. Okay, I'll bring this in as close as I can. That's about it. I'm gonna tilt it up a little bit. All right. All right. So I'll tone it. I'm going to tone it with warm. It has so much warm in it. If you do Terra Rosa, you do oxide transparent burnt sienna or transparent oxide, you'll be in really good shape, I think, for this one. I got some transparent oxide out left over, and I think that would be really nice showing through in some of this area already. It's a nice diagonal kind of to bring us in. Take us around. Gotta take it easy on again. Take it a little easy on this guy. Then the roof. Like I said, gonna just feel it out a little bit about the size of that roof. Doesn't, I mean, not the size of it, but the, how much I'm gonna put in there of that roof. Because there were some good points made about that roof. I mean, it's gonna jump out and steal the show. So we just take it easy on it. Let's see what happens. 3 rows should be enough. Set. You know, 1/3 is right about here. That would be plenty for a painting to show that, you know, just over right around 2/3 for the back wall here might be good spot. Stopping into right about there. You can still get around it. And this would be all right here into there. Would be a prickly pear. Palm tree right about. Yeah, take this a little bit farther and push the palm tree right here. Okay, palm tree there, brick wall here, and then palm tree back in here. I'm gonna give it a little bit more angle. Back in here, maybe take that wall down here. Give it just like more angle back there. And then give this just a little bit coming in. Okay, let's draw it in a little bit better. Don't want just looking at the angle on top of this roof here, going, oh, that's it. If I do that, that angle there is going to look just like the angle on the I put in the land, so I'm going to make it more of a hump than a total uphill battle here. So anyway, there's a tree goes here, so I'll separate the two at least. All right, so I bring this out, clay tiles. Just going to mark the rows, inside of the rows here. I got 3 decent rows. That's all I need. Just want to make sure that I don't take it all the way off. I mean, there will be a little bit of sky right up there at the edge. So. Okay. There. Just put in some tone in here, so by myself. I'm going to darken in shadow here a little bit too, around shadow area. Big old pickle pear there. There's the ones down in here. Slight angle to the palm tree. It should be good. All right. Set. Let's start. Let's start off with phthalo green and alizarin. This is going to be probably more on the alizarin side. You know, just to start marking these shadow areas, because I think the shadows are going to be the nice way to, you know, drive the person into this area. So this is phthalo green and alizarin on the alizarin side, mixing in a lot with that oxide, transparent oxide that's we put in here on the bottom. So that's good. So yes, we'll start to get around here. Just do a nice separation of lights and darks. So that's gonna be nice. There we go. Gonna use that same color back here in this wall. Pretty light right now, but you know, it's keeping it light. I'm not, you know, putting it in full strength, just letting it, gently putting it in here. And let the colors, burnt oxide red and transparent oxide red that's here. I'm gonna do a little bit of the work of toning it down. And then this is that roof, the top edge of that wall. Right here, I'm gonna just put it in just a hair stronger. And I'll be able to come back and just, you know, with the other colors, just nibble at the pieces of this and push it down to create the arcs. And fill the rest up with green before this. I'm going to save a little bit of this color because I want to come back and paint some of the palm tree with it. So don't waste all that color. Okay. Gonna scoot over, go to the oxide red, transparent oxide red, and phthalo green mixes. And definitely come back in here into this rock, this building section here. I think even though it's dark, it's going to really kind of mark this, warm this side up a little bit. That's the green side too, so it is a little strange to mark it that strongly, but it's all right. Here, I'm just gonna run out my brush with that color. Don't see it going a ton of other places, but I just want to soften some edges, thinking about this wall here, you know, bringing it down into the dark enough, just keep it dark enough that, you know, when it comes down here, that the print will really pop those pears. out. I just went back in. I'm going to go back into, this is oxide red, transparent. This is not transparent. This is blue, phthalo green and alizarin. In fact, I'm going, what am I doing here? I should be putting this in this, they're right here, in between these guys, in between these rows of tile. And it's good to have, just let it be a few colors. Don't let it just, you don't have to worry about it. So I'm letting it be green, I'm letting it be a little alizarin here. That's good. This this row here, maybe you can bring in, it's like it's taken a lot more color, a little more age to it. It's a little too much. I was thinking this guy probably the same way, it's just a little bit. Kind of rough. Okay, so a little bit, three guys should do it. All right, let's see. That's why I wanted to get that, just put that little markings in for those rows, because we're pretty much coming up to the colors that are going to start going in there and stuff. So, but here, transparent oxide again with green. Definitely, I think only really good spots are going to be right here in the front again. And they're just going to start making their way out of this into the grass here a little bit. With this color probably is going to end up being really into a lot of these little rock things in here. I'm going to put a little bit of that color too in the back end of this wall here too. I think there's a lot of light starting to reflect into that wall right in here. It just warms it up. Still a gray, but I mean, it's just going to get in there. I want to keep a lot of things a little simpler because of all the tree and some of the lighting on the leaves and things just pop. So keeping them a little bit, this area here, a little bit simpler. It doesn't mean I can't add a lot of color in there. It just means I'm stroke wise and stuff. I just want to keep it a little simpler. So you don't see a lot of marks. Before I go to the reds, I've got a lot of green on the brush here. I need to go back to that phthalo first color, phthalo green and alizarin. I want to put in this tree here a little bit. Back in here behind, next to this guy. And mark a few things right above here. I'm looking at the shadows or some of these guys back in here. And that's where I'm seeing a little bit of coolness. And I just want to put it in there before I go and put the bright greens in. So right in here, that, a little bit of this tree here. There's another clump of trees here up on the hill. So taking this down that area here. So I'm gonna tone this area too. Not sure even what's in here. That's okay. It's good. Just go for value, and then it'll be fine. The highlight really pop this thing. Okay, this is on the red side, so let me see. You know, so I was thinking about the top of this palm tree too a little bit, being a little browner there and browner in the middle here. Just for now. I don't think it really gets into this guy too much. Okay. So, got a nice mess going here. Good, good, good. Okay. Now we are to some of the other red browns. I'm going to start seeing how they go. This is blue and now this is phthalo green and oxide red or terra rosa. Really kind of a red brown. It's a little light for what I want to do here. Put them in the middle of these guys here. I don't really see it going in here too much. It's a little too warm for that. Definitely could be better. It's a lot better. Some of these palm tree areas. You can see a couple red spots in there. I can get a little bit into the bottom of that wall here. That would be nice too. I mean, we got the purple in there, now we get some reds in there. Because you're gonna, you know, the greens, so much green in here. So if you can find a place to get a little more reds, warm reds in here, it's gonna be nice. It'll work. It'll be good. Good to have. All right, those are pretty much it. All I can do, dark wise. Now I'm going to just go into a little bit more on these tiles. I'm going to put in, this is blue and oxide, or blue and terra rosa together. Going into these clay area, the openings of the clay tiles. I'm going to keep them a little bit messy. And I'll probably end up using this probably at the probably on the red side. I'll be using this for the lines in the tile when I get there. You know, all the scratches and stuff, I'll probably be putting them in with my knife. So if you jump ahead, that's kind of where I would think about it going. See what happens with this. This is blue and Terra Rosa. I'm going to put it in really, really, really thin as an overall base color. This little purple. Without white, no white yet. Now I'm going to go to the second tier of colors. We got some phthalo greens and other interesting things. Put a little phthalo green and alizarin on the shadow side. These things. Not sure why, I just felt it. Okay. That's the on the green side. That's really added a lot of color to it. I thought it was going to be more on the red side. I mean, this is the red side. Really a purple. That's interesting. Put this purple right here at the bottom base of the where I'm going to be putting in a lot of bright grass and stuff. So I kind of want this these two to kind of, glow. So a little bit of red purple in that should be kind of cool. Brush out of that color too a little bit. Okay. What do I have? I have some greens here now. I got some regular greens. These are oxide, transparent oxide red and phthalo green. I think a lot of the hidden type of prickly pears right in here can be that color. Just kind of really dab them in here. Definitely work. I might even come up here a little bit and start to figure them out. I did not figure them out very well. Figure I'd just space them out as I went. Look for the big ones. Want to get past this one. This would be well. Spend all that time mixing up some greens here, and then I'll end up not probably using as many as I probably made. But I'm using this color here just to start to. It works really good for most of these guys, so that's why I'm just shoving it in here. I'm filling in some of these prickly pear stuff. These and a lot of these other greens I could just work it into this main color. And it'll definitely work. Be fun. If we can get some nice color here.
What green is that that you're using on the prickly pears?
Right there is oxide red, transparent oxide red, and phthalo green with white. It's on the green side.
All right, thanks.
It's not a, probably doesn't even read right there that much, but it's a good base color. I was seeing. Yeah, just the tough thing is trying to separate out, yellow greens and blue greens from, or regular greens from each other, yellow greens and orange greens. Which one's coming closer to us? You're trying to get some distance. So I'm going to switch brushes pretty much for the rest of this. I'm going to stay with I'm going to go with, no, I'm going with a bristle brush. I'm going to go with a big bristle brush because I don't want to, I want to keep this rough. I'm going to start working on this area here, the back end on the base of this thing here. Let me do some of these grays. These are I have Terra Rosa and Phthalo green and white here, very right down the middle. It's a very much of a gray with white in it. So I see kind of right here on this, mostly on this last row right in here coming up. I'm just going to take and twist, put them in here and just, start it over here and just twist my brush over each row going down. Going to keep it grayer at the top and then find a few spots here.
All right, what mix was that, Jim?
That's a good call. This is a blue, a phthalo green, and well, you have Terra Rosa or Venetian or
Okay.
oxide red light.
So is it grayish or is it reddish? It looks green.
It is slightly on the gray side.
Okay.
It is almost a gray. It's almost a perfect gray.
Okay, perfect.
See, it's almost perfect like that. It's a good stone color. These colors here, and now if I go back here and stuff and put them in, this is like the final kind of almost final color for this for these bricks back in here. So remember that this is just a little. Let me see what this is, a little taupier. Yeah, that's a little warmer. This is okay. So colors there. Again, I was just putting in up here, putting in that phthalo green, and I have Terra Rosa, but you guys have oxide red. But it's on the green side, just a little bit more, a little bit of white into it. So I was putting it in here, pretty much a stroke, coming straight, horizontal stroke here. But then that gray is this color. When I put it there, I just saw it. It was all over this wall back here because I have all those darks. I already put the purples in there and stuff. This is the kind of color that you put in really gently and drag it over these colors a little bit, and that kind of pulls them all together. It kind of unifies everything here because I tried to put in a bunch of colors, and this color here will pretty much pull them all together to have them make sense. Also, since I have it there, let's see what it does down in here. This is where I was thinking about a scratchy look into these blocks and stuff. Okay, just a little bit too dark, but it's really not too bad for this overhang shadow. You know, right in here, almost to get into these those tiles inside these tiles, and you know, be the cement work that holds it together right here. That's about close enough. I might even go on the other side. Transparent oxide and phthalo green mix there. Okay. Just get the base tones in there. That's not bad. So this is right underneath that line of that topping of that fence, that wall. Lose a. If I create a line here, I'm just going to kind of try and lose it. Okay. Yeah, I might have taken these guys up a little bit too high, but I'll bring it down. That was easy enough. All right. That's just the gray. That went a long ways. These midtones are pretty much going to do so much work in the rest of the way. The next color is green and again Terra Rosa, but it's a little bit more. It's a lot more on the Terra Rosa side. But if you guys had Venetian, the same thing. It's very red, kind of a purple red. And that's what I was seeing in a lot of these guys going up here and turning. I'm probably gonna have to go back in and tone those guys out a little bit, but that's okay. Just move that color around. Like those. These guys come out too far. Okay. I'm also, while I'm here, up here and stuff, instead of doing things, I'm gonna put a little, or just put a little color in this hill up here. This is again phthalo and oxide, transparent oxide here. It's a little too dark. Not by much, but it's just a hair dark. But I plan on lightening it up a little bit. Let's keep that thing coming this way. Keep that one coming that way. All right, I got pretty much my midtones in, except for I'm gonna have to switch to a different bristle brush for the rest of this. Getting a little bit too big. I need to break up a little more tile formations in here and a little bit lighter ones too. Right now, I might have to lighten some colors. Yeah, gonna have to go to the red side of this, but all the colors I made were for this last row of tiles. Looks like. Now I gotta mix this. What color this is cad red and blue. I'm gonna need that. I don't have it yet. Did not mix it up. I was trying to think, I was hoping this color here together would do a better job brightening it up. Let me see, really, I'm pretty sure that's the color. Blue on a cad red. Add white. Keep more cad red. Yeah, turn to purple. Right one. A lot closer to the clay tile I need. More blue. White. Yeah, that's much better. Brighter. It's going way up there. This is gonna be like number 4 valley probably. It's tile. Get a little close to it. Push the red into this side of it. Give me a couple little things. Okay, so I use cad red and blue for some of these brighter areas in this thing. Terra Rosa and the blue was pretty gray. So I decided I needed a little bit more oomph here and there. So this is just cad red and blue, just a little bit of blue, and then some white. And I'm just going to put it right here in the middle of the arc, going back here, brighten it up. And I got a few different things of it where some are, some of these reds are just a little bit brighter, more intense on the red side. And then some of them are just, have a little more gray and white in them. And I have some grayed out darker ones just to touch in these things. So I'm just touching the middle section of the thing and just leaving a little teeny space in between strokes. Just to start to bring the color in. And then right at the bottom, that's where I'll probably, right around here, with that dark, I'm just going to dip my brush, touch the oil before I drop my paint. I want a good clean mark right above that, arc it in there. Really, that will bring that dark with the sharpness of the mark will come forward, and it'll do everything we need to be done here. And I'm just going to go mark a few spots. More spots. Look for the top area here. Make it interest in it. There you go. That's not bad. And then here, I'll do it. I'm gonna, while we're here, Fred, while we're right here, before I run through everything else and jump into foreground and everything else I want to do. I'm gonna clean my knife. I'm gonna come back with blue, really good oxide red, maybe cat red, blue, and either Terra Rosa or Cod Venetian, just really straight, no white. And I'm gonna just basically make arcs above these things. I got a bunch of them already kind of made out, so I'm just gonna be able to follow them a little bit. The thing is to keep them equal lines so they match up. One row against the other row. Putting it on my knife, just the tip of my knife. Okay, that worked out pretty good. While we're there, we go back to like a bristle brush and start to look at some of these lighter colors again for underneath here. I'm going to keep the value I have there right now isn't too bad. And now I said to squint at it. Yeah, it's pretty close to what I need. And that was most of that color in that one was oxide, transparent oxide, phthalo green, mostly transparent oxide side, and just a little bit of white. So it made this really kind of a putty color here. Really close. I might go down and grab just a little more some cat orange and bring that into this spot, into this rock a little bit. Trying not to get, I'm painting around some of these darks in here too, a little bit. So I can see if I can, leave them down low here. The more you paint around and try to leave the dark lines in the brick and stuff, so you come really close with your brush stroke, but you really don't, touch it. You leave some of that dark in there. That's pretty cool. That's usually a good sign. That usually works out pretty neat in these paintings. One little rusty area here. Okay. And then the same thing with my knife. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm just gonna be using the side of my knife more than anything else, just to do some of these bricks. And drop them in a line like this. Just a little heavy. That is a little heavy. That's enough there. Also, I'm just putting in just a little bit of this kind of metal work. Just trying to touch that in here a little bit. Should be browner than that. All right. Okay, time for greens. Put in some water things back in here. Got basic tones. The sky I'm not too worried about. I think we can get that in pretty easily. So, good clean brush. Grab my synthetic. No, it's not synthetic. It's bristle. Okay. I'm gonna put in these greens back in here and work my way forward to get around here. And then the rest of the time I'll be able to work on the prickly pear. So go with a little mid-tone here. Let me see if this works back in here. Lighten this up a little bit too light. Needs to be redder. Yeah, for that. So this is a blue and cad orange with a little bit of white into it. Here. It's right behind these greens here. Looks probably could get just a little bit of rich. Try to warm it up just a hair more. Just put a little yellow into it. Okay. Brush. Everything's still very dark. Which is good. Now we can start bringing in the light. Now we're getting all of our lights and stuff. So I'm gonna try and figure out this green here. I need this green here to against this yellow green. So I got to find the two colors that are gonna work like that. That one's probably too cool. Need to probably be this one. It's better. That color. That one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over. This is a oxide, transparent oxide green and transparent oxide red with green in it on the oxide red side with a ton of yellow in it. And but still got that green shooting through here. I'm just looking at it to see where else I can put it when it does right in here. Contrast wise, sometimes contrast in colors, when you start putting them together like this, it will shift the color over, brighten it up more than it really is. So if I can put this right against the wall here, and just give it a little twist from the brush out, and let it go. Just lighten it up. That will darken up that wall a bit. And lighten it up, but it's still the same color I used right there. Just trying to give that top of this hill, there's just a little line of stuff there I want to get in. Okay. I'm going to bring that in, just softly bring it in underneath here a little bit. No, I didn't. It should have been shaping this wall here by with this color too. Yeah, bringing in. There you go. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want perfect. Definitely don't need perfect. It's good. I love it. All right. Next color. We need a yellowier color than that. So this one is basically Terra Rosa, well, in blue, a ton of yellow in it, mostly yellow. Yeah. And I'm just going to kind of put it in big areas in these things, kind of see how these, kind of how the leaves run together here. And instead of doing little individual leaves, I'm looking at doing more runs of the color and lines, and then I'll come back and put in a couple individual leaves here and there. Look for this color again, probably even on top of all these leaves and grasses in this pile. And I just put that other color, but this would go like above it, right above it. You know, well, on top of it, but above it, to create some light, more light. And just twist your brush off so you don't get too many marks. So you can just twist that brush off a little bit here and there. You get a few breaks in the color. So it doesn't look like you just place it all the same. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here. This is slightly on the blue side of that color. Start working in some of the grasses here on the edge. Most of the little things I'll probably end up putting in with my knife real quick. Okay, so that's pretty good. That worked out pretty good. A little bit lighter there. Back there has to work out better. It's not doing the color. I'm pulling this green in enough. Separation value. You just put it in too much white, too much. So I'm putting it again with a little bit of cat orange and blue again, just without much white in this color, because it's just a little dead back there. It's not top of the green. It should be going in front, but I'm kind of need to probably darken this up too, a bit to give me some contrast. So this would be more of the phthalo green and alizarin. Just a touch of some yellows in it. All right, I'm gonna put the sky in, then put this guy in, and then I'll put in the prickly pears. So I'm gonna grab a different brush, pretty clean one, or the sky. Way too dark. Still a little dark. Just gonna probably just take and try to get the big shapes of the blue in here. Lighten it up again. I'm probably just gonna keep adding white to it and get to the bottom ground here. Ooh. Read too much in that area because of I got a lot of All right. Here's that purplish value in here I was going to put in. Some of the shadows. I'm going to keep it pretty simple, because it does get kind of complicated. And if it doesn't go in right, just touch your oil, grab the color, and you can get your color one stroke or two in here before it kind of starts to peter out. See, the light's starting to part. It's starting to come. It's coming. It's coming. It's getting there. And then this is the highlights in the clouds. It's gonna hit a few spots here. And the outside's just mostly just kind of a drift of a brush stroke, not a full defined mark. Basically, you just got to go above the purple a little bit and into the sun area. So there might be too much of anything else. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Darken in a few spots here going in here. All right. Bristle brush. Good bristle brush. I'm gonna go back to my very dark greens and stuff I had here earlier. The top, with no white in them. I'm gonna just barely touch oil. Grab a couple of these guys. I might have to mix up a few more. I want to hit these big, strong, dark ones I need here. Cooler on the left side, a little warmer on the outside. So let's get this one here. Kind of a push. I was thinking about, just putting it down here and pushing it off, create a lot of that look. But I don't have enough paint to do that. I gotta mix up a alizarin phthalo green mix. Just a little bit too phthalo greeny. And then the same with a little bit of warm on the other side too. Phthalo green and more. Oxide red. Transparent oxide red. Might even throw it in with a knife too. Yeah. Let me try it with a knife. I think I tried pushing them in with a bristle brush. I think I'm gonna put them in with a knife, and just leave it, and then come back and touch. So I'm looking at these three on the one side, three on the other, a couple down below. Then on the oxide red side, and the warm side over here. Doesn't really look at it, but when it mixes it, you can tell. And since I got all that white, sky in there, this is a great way to get that color in there. few of the middle greens in here. If I can find a few of those that are in the on these fronds. Just to pull this, kind of blur out that trunk a little bit. So even if I go down here to, might have to brighten them up a little bit more too. Probably should have scraped them out. If I was smart, I would have used my paint eraser before I did this. So if you haven't done this yet, you might be smart to pull this stuff out before you put this color in, or else it's just going to keep, you know, messing up like that. So I'd probably go back into that myself. Do that. This one over here, just gonna go on the blue side too. Not that much. All right, so let's get on to some of those purple pears then. Get the color back in here. Really need these highlights to a few of these things, get some contrast back there. It's a little different. I'm probably have to brush that out. Okay. I'm gonna go start off with a bristle brush. And let's see, I mix up that couple of greens. Let's see how they do. I know I put the darker ones in here already. So these are going to be like mid-tones. I have one on the lot cooler side. I'll push him probably more in the middle, I think. Then I have this darker, warmer green, which I think will work better for these guys. I'm really gonna hit. Might make that one bigger just to just to really grab something. Then we'll have some, you know, smaller versions, smaller ones in here. Keep one pretty big. The base looks too big. I can always put that, when I put the highlight around them from behind, I can use that to, you know, make them smaller. But since I'm putting it in, let's do that. These gonna have to put in a little cooler. That was right in here. You can barely tell it's cooler. This is again fatal green alizarin. Not much yellow in it at all. I kind of went a little bit too far, but I can come back in, make these things just more interesting. Then I'll come back and make sure I have some that are, I don't want to make too much of a line. I want it really undulating a little bit. So I need to push this one up a little higher and that one lower. So it just, you know, just bounces around a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna put in these outside ones, like that one. Just a clump here. Went easy enough. All I gotta do is really paint the grass right, and I think it'll work out. Now I'm gonna use a little bit of sky. Come back into a couple of these ones that are really catching a lot of light. That would be these three right there. See if I can, you know, just catch some more light. It just gets a little boring here. Even one of these guys probably should have a little more light on it. Got a little dead area right there. That's a little bit too much, but a little more green than that. Tone it back down. There we go. Darken these pears down just a hair more. And this color is right in the middle. It's a little bit darker. That dark is again oxide red and green. Now we'll just, so you got them perfectly round. Make sure, to get that, make sure you have like one of these round things get nibbled at a little bit by another one, so you don't have they kind of break up a little bit. I'm gonna leave that there, and then let's see, go back to a bristle brush for. I gotta go with the synthetic. And really pump this light into this bottom here. That should be pretty close. It's gonna nibble at the outsides a little bit. Keep it strong there, and then just let it kind of tone itself out a little bit. That strong light there. Bring it. This is that yellow. Oh God, what colors did I use? This is the cat orange and phthalo green. Then I add yellow to it, and then I have a ton of white to it. And using it right here from this area down. I mean, to brighten this area right against that. But also, it's going to pop right behind here. There's little places. And I see a little bit of some of these leaves here. Trying to get some. Don't overdo it. This is like, this is where it just gets crazy and you just overdo it really quickly. A couple marks. Break this line if you can a little bit. Just a scratch. These two work together a little bit. Try not to lose the dark. It's just one of those little things. You just touching, you're going to get rid of that. You know, lose your dark, but just take it easy. Don't lose it though. Back in some reds and these greens down in here. You can find pinks and stuff to put in here. You know, the better it's going to be, really. So little spots of pinks, greens going together in here, and in the grass. It's pretty cool. Highlights definitely keep them down. You do this wall back in here. Pickly pears. Now everything else I think I'll just be doing with a knife. So I'm almost there and it's almost time. That's great. Be good. You know, I definitely got to work on this area up here a little bit. But I think a little bit of spots here. Bringing that light kind of going around here. See what color that is. Yeah, this tree here, just I gotta clean up. Not gonna work right. I'm just gonna put it in with the knife. I love just like doing because I like the rough texture it makes around the ones I do it on. I can do it on all of them. Just gonna really kind of hit this guy though. I want that one to stand out. As long as he works, I can get Okay, that's about it for now. I think that's what I'll be doing a little bit. Probably am going to touch up a couple, rocks back there, one or two like that. Not many. Leave that alone. Clear out a couple edges. Bring out these greens. I got to bring up darker green in that area. That helped a lot. This is what I was talking about, brushing these guys out a little bit. Just flicking. Coming back to the big shake, just flick it out real quick. Let the brush do most of that work. But right there, that's where I have too much guy in there. I should have replaced it. Okay. Then put air in it. That's all you got to do. Put a couple of dots of dark brown grass, and let's see what I'll bring you in and see what you guys think. What do you guys have? Think also about these guys too. Could use a little more definition on these guys, but kind of fun. Just a fun little one. Oh, there you go. So you can see how I sort of handle the roof. You can start to see the lines that cover the clay tiles. Basically, they do have to kind of line up and as they go across the rows. A little bit more work. I'm going to have to work on these guys a little bit more, probably, and then the palm tree a little bit. So let's bring it back and see what you guys have done. Let's see, everybody turn on their mics, turn on their videos, and we are going to be good to go. There we go. Kim's up first again. Kim, way to go, Kim.
Okay. Let's turn it around.
You're going to see this place firsthand, Kim.
I can't wait.
You sound like it.
No. I was in Sardinia last year and there were so many prickly pears. I love them. They're so weird.
Oh, that's very nice, Kim.
Great.
Really good start. I love good job on the roof. Really interesting. It's more important, like what you did there. Hit some spots, keep it interesting more than matching what it does. I think that's really cool. Good job on the other things. Yep. Particularly the pears are coming. They're coming along. And that's really great. Yeah, you're starting to bring in the light. Good job on that palm tree too. Really, that's some great strokes in that palm tree. That feels good already. Okay, yeah. You're just gonna keep lightening it up a little bit as you go.
It looks lighter in person than it does on the screen.
Okay,
but...
well that's the thing too. Take that in consideration. I could have been, you could have been perfect. You're perfect, Kim. There you go. It's perfect. Nice try. No, that's a really great try. Congrats. Okay, let's see. Marcia didn't paint. Let's go to Kathleen.
Marcia painted.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to
Marcia
wait then,
painted?
Marcia. You
I
showed up
paint-
late.
I painted Giverny.
Oh, you're finishing that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, you can show, well, let me get these guys done and we'll show it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
show what we worked on. Oh, that looks great. What is it?
You talk to Marcia?
Yeah,
or
talk to
me?
you, Kathleen.
Okay, hold on.
What were you doing?
I'm picking up paper
There
towels
you-
off the floor.
All right. Hey, good job.
Well, thanks. It's kind of rough, but
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is finding where you can keep it rough and then clean up the other areas. Like the pickly pears, you definitely want the building rough. You want the roof rough. Even in the grasses like you have, they're very nice. The thing. So yeah, I think it's coming.
Yeah.
That's coming along. You
I really want to put those rocks in the stone wall, and I know I'm not supposed to.
don't put them all in. Don't even. If you're gonna do it at the end.
Okay,
make
well, I'll wait. Yeah, and
Don't
see.
give them any more information than anything else.
Yeah,
'cause
and that's
they'll
what
just-
I'm afraid I'm going to get all involved in it and take away from.
It's pretty good. It's pretty. It reads already right now. Yeah, you probably soften some edges and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
you just push, just change the shapes a little bit.
Of the
Don't. Yeah, just work on the shapes. Don't work
Okay.
on the stones too much. Yeah, the
All right.
pears are pretty good. I think you nailed the pears. Except they and just check the how dark you got to go. Now you got to lighten up a few, but
sure.
that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well,
Um,
your grass looks so cool in the front, and mine, every time I try to lighten it, it just flattens out. I don't know.
That's a lot of paint I just jammed in there. That was a
Okay.
That's a Collie Whisson move.
Oh,
Where you
yeah?
really, really pile that paint on. That's really pretty thick.
Okay.
So I really and just laid it in there, and you just don't play. You put it in there, and then you just disturb the outside edges to soften things, but you don't try to repaint that. Don't go back into that mark.
Okay.
Because you just
Then it'll
darken it
muck
up.
up.
Yeah, you muck it up really quick. So you put it in there, and then it looks like you then just touch the edges, and it'll feel like
Did you palette knife
fits.
that?
No, I just put that in with a big brush.
Oh, okay.
Probably just a touch of oil. Just grab a touch of oil before you grab the paint and put it
Okay.
in. But your other
I'll
stuff's
work on
coming
it.
along really good. When you get the sky and it's going to be cool, and the palm tree in. You know,
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
want, it almost doesn't look too bad with the stick sticking out of there too. It's pretty cool. Good
Well-
drawing though.
Well, thank you. I'll keep working on it.
Yeah, I like
Thanks,
it.
James.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go with Lisa P. Did you paint? Mike, did you paint?
Lisa's coming.
Lisa's coming. Lisa
I
is
painted,
here. You painted, Mike? Good.
I did.
All right. There's Lisa P. Oh, Lisa.
Nice.
Oh, it is good. She's smart. She just made it a staff too. Just
Yeah.
got rid of that big heavy pine or
It's
palm
coming.
tree.
It's
Yeah.
coming.
Oh, you
I'm
gonna make it a
afraid.
palm tree?
I'm afraid of it.
I would be too. I like I was saying, it's almost cleaner without it. That way, the palm tree just kind of got in the way, I thought too. Anyway, let's see. Good shapes, good. Your color's good so far too. You just figure if you can get some age to that to the stonework, I think you'll be really good. Let's see. I think that's about it. I mean, you got some really great things going on there. Your nice job on the pickly pears. So far, you got some good colors going in there and shapes. I think light. You're still working on lighting up some stuff. You might end up being a little bit too light on the brickwork on the underneath the roof. It might need to go a little darker, but not too much.
Yeah, all those stones need to go darker.
Okay, wasn't just me. All right.
No.
And so are you really thinking about putting the palm tree in, or are you just kidding me?
No, I'm gonna put it in. I'm just afraid of it. I don't want to do it at the end of the night.
Okay, good girl, smart. All right. No, it looks great. It looks like a really nice piece so far.
Thank
Yeah, you're gonna have to really, pump up the grass a little bit in the front. A lot of lights in that, and that'll bring it up. Bring it forward too, and give you a little bit more room at the bottom. So that'd be good.
Right. Okay,
Yeah, good job.
thank you.
Okay, Mike. Mike opened his mouth. Let's see what Mike has. Yeah. Here goes Mike. Let's see, where'd Mike go? 1 second. He just lost him there.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah. Oh. Oh, nice, Mike.
You can see it or
That feels
not.
like an old time. That looks like a village, an old time village right there. Did you put it in with a lot of knife work?
Toward the end, yeah.
Yeah. That's really that's exciting. I like that a lot. I like the the shapes going in together like that. Very nice into the hill back there. The hill works really well for yours. Like that. What about you? You think a palm tree or just a stick?
No. I'm going definitely. Just slow.
It's a mess. Good job on the sky too. Good job. Those are really nice wispy clouds you put up there. They work out real well. And your greens are working well going back into space. Good job, really, overall.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
I like that. I like the brickwork a lot.
All right, thank
Nice.
you.
That fits really well. Okay. Let's see who else we missed here. Oh, we got Marcia. Okay, something a little different, Marcia.
A little different. All right.
Yeah. There's Marcia. She's been working. Marcia's been playing injured. She has not been she has not been able to use her wrist.
Where is this? Oh, there it is. Oh, never mind.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
Wow. That came so far. That color, you really pushed that color in the front.
That's
And,
cool.
yeah. Okay. Wow.
We'll see.
No, that's beautiful. Really good work. I was thinking you were there last week. We started this in our workshop last week, and she was all palette knife on it because she can't really hold a brush right now.
Oh, it's not true. I can't do the palette knife either.
Okay, well, she's finger
better.
painting then. But yeah, we started this, and she's really going after really nice. She had 3/4 of it done. She just had to put in the boat in the bottom water right. She's still working on the blue watercolor yet too. So sooner or later you're going to get that right.
One of these passes, it'll be good.
Yeah, but you can't remember which one it is.
I don't know.
Your colors are beautiful, Marcia.
Thank you. It's closer. It's closer than it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really a pretty color. It's a good painting. It's fun. Congrats.
Thinking painting.
I like it already. I mean, I liked it last time. That's beautiful.
Okay.
Good work.
Thanks.
Okay. Anybody miss? No, I didn't miss too many. Okay. I'll finish this one up this week and post it. You guys finish yours up, post them all, and we'll give a little critiques again. Really nice work on this one so far. So don't screw it up. Let's see what else we got going here. Next week. Oh, somebody wanted koi. I don't know if that we want to pick. You guys want to paint koi next week or something? No. Okay. I'll figure it out something. See, I'm not even giving you guys a chance to talk. I know. Marsha painted koi last week.
It's better
Yeah,
if you surprise us.
surprise you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I just was throwing it out there. This was a surprise. Okay. You want surprises? Okay. Thank you. All right then. Thanks for joining. And you guys have a great rest of your evening, which is left, and have a great week.
Bye-bye, James.
Everybody.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.
Good night,
next week.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.